Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is 7 o'clock here in Nashville, Tennessee, which means it is time to take a walk down the dirt road while the boys and me step that step and talk that talk on this week's episode of That Sawyer Brown Show. As always, you're joined tonight by me, Mark's firstborn and favorite daughter, and the rest of the amazing Sawyer Brown Nation. So grab a strong glass of iced tea, settle in, and get ready because look who just walked into the room, the men of the hour, or so they tell themselves, Mark and Hobie.
I'm glad you cannot hear the way your dad is smack talking me literally right before we go.
Hey, I gotta tell you, he's trying to tell me technically how to do this laptop and what's going on, and he doesn't have a clue. Not a single clue.
Believe me, there's one of the two of us that does not have a clue about how laptops work, and it's not me.
Y'all, can I just chime in? I'm fairly certain this is a blind leading the blind.
Well, there could be a little bit
of Oh man. Hey, how's the great weather we've been having though? Woof. Felt like spring today.
Right? Oh yeah, it's time to be outside, people. And hopefully that means outdoor shows, you know what I'm saying? So we're ready.
Woo-hoo.
We're ready.
I got in 18 holes today, if anyone cares. Yeah.
I'm sure
no one does, but continue.
Yeah.
Well, here's the question. Did you golf well?
I did. Today I did. Now I don't always golf well, but today was the day.
Well, aren't you just a little ray of sunshine?
Yes, I am.
Speaking of rays of sunshine, how about that hoodie? I mean, do they make it in yellow?
Wow.
It's beautiful.
You know what?
You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of that awesome big bird, yellow bird suit you had.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Take that off.
Yes.
Take this off right now.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Well, this is why I cannot let him out in public.
No, it's bordering on Muppet. But anyway, bless his heart.
Okay, let's get it. Come on. Okay. Let's start the show.
Okay.
How about that? So today we have some great stuff in store for the entire Sawyer Brown Nation. Of course, we are going to talk about, drumroll, the race is on. And we are also going to take some questions from fans later on in the segment. We will also have Mark and Hobie react to something they have not seen for, I believe, over 25 years. So that is quickly becoming our favorite segment around here.
That's a little bit scary.
And I will pull something out of the vault later.
Double scary.
Yeah.
Double scary.
Okay, guys. So talk to me about The Race is On. I know that is one of your more popular songs. How did you guys even come up for the idea? Because some people might not know that it actually was a song that you guys kind of did your own little riff on.
Yeah.
You take that.
Well, George Jones had the original hit on it.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, you don't cover a George Jones song, especially that's going to be a single.
Yeah.
So
what inspired you to do something that dumb? Really?
Well, it's what's inspired us to do so many things that dumb, which was, it seemed like a great idea at the time, and we can.
Yeah, we can tell you how we got the idea. So Hobie and I were in New York, and we may even have been shooting a video, not sure. But we're just walking around, just killing time. And we had gone into this little funky store that had records and you know, T-shirts and stuff like that. And a punk rock version of The Race is On comes on. And it's full tilt punk rock.
Absolute thrash.
Maybe and was very, very cool. So we were recording an album, and we had recorded all the songs, and we had kind of toyed around with the idea, you know, you've got George Jones, and you've got punk rock, and we were somewhere in between punk rock and George Jones, right? And so that version of The Race is On, we thought, well, maybe if we just pulled it back a little bit, and it was the last cut. We were really already packing up to go, and just it was about 9-10 o'clock at night, and decided that we were just curious of what it would sound like. if we cut the Races On. So we cut it, and now you have to understand our engineer, his name was Snake Reynolds.
Great
and
name.
he hated us. And
he hated like a lot.
And he hated everybody.
Yeah.
So we didn't take it personal.
Tough.
He was, kind of a,
equal opportunity in that way.
Yeah.
Yes. So we cut it, and we get it on like the first or second try of what you hear is the record. Mm-hmm. And we felt it. Everybody in the studio felt it. We felt like, man, we've done something special. So we went back in, and Randy Scruggs, who was co-producing the album with us at the time, he says to Snake, he says, man, how did that sound? And Snake says, well, it actually sound pretty good if you like that kind of stuff.
Which is as close to a compliment.
That was as close as he was going to get to a compliment. So
wow.
So the rest of the story is Randy Scruggs called Jim Fogelsong, who he was one of your professors at
that he was
Vanderbilt. At the time, he was the president of Capitol Curb Records, and Randy literally called and got him out of bed. And he came over to the studio about 11 o'clock at night. Mm-hmm. So Randy wanted him to hear the Races On, and that at that point we knew, just from the excitement of cutting it, mm-hmm. Jim Fogelsong, we knew it was going to be something special, and the rest is history. It did go on to be, especially at that time, it was. I would say at that time for us, it was even a comeback song.
Yeah, really.
Country radio was still trying to figure out if they were going to play us or not.
Yeah, and the album preceding that one had probably been our least successful record. Certainly was the least enjoyable to work on. Mm-hmm. And this was a return to getting to work with Randy Scruggs. And this is a great time to just say, I mean, if you like us, you got to appreciate and love what Randy Scruggs did for this band. We wouldn't be here if it weren't for Randy's ability to corral us and to encourage us and to very subtly and quietly always get the best out of people. And same with Jim Fogelsong. Jim was the best of the best, the nicest man, almost too nice to have existed as long as he did in the music business. A genuinely honorable, upstanding. If Mr. Fogelsong said it, you could take it to the bank. It was going to happen.
Well, you know that, Madison. Yeah. I mean,
he was the best.
Yes. Okay. So, guys, this is a hilarious story for the Sawyer Brown Nation. So, fast forward all these years later, I am a sophomore. Maybe it was a junior. No, it's a sophomore. Sophomore at Vanderbilt, and I had a bunch of friends, and they had to take night classes. So they said, sign up for the history of country music with us. It was right by my dorm, and it was like once a week, and you got a bunch of hours credit. Awesome, sign me up. So I walk in, and our professor introduces himself as Professor Jim Fogelsong, and he's talking, and he's referencing, though, some people that I was like, I feel like I've heard my dad say those stories before. So I do what you're not supposed to do, and I take out my phone in the middle of class, and I text my dad. And I was like, hey, do you know a Jim Fogelsong? And he was like, you go down there in the middle, like as soon as you have a break, and you introduce yourself. And so sure enough, I go down there, and I was like, hi, Professor Fogelsong. My dad says to say hi. It's Mark Miller. And after that, I could not get away with skipping class. So it was both a really good and a really bad thing, but apparently one time that I did not make it to my class, Professor Fogelsong was like, has anyone seen Madison? Where is she? The class had like 100 people in it. So good and bad things, but he was one of my favorite people, and he spoke about the music industry in such a beautiful way. And anyways, that was kind of a very funny full circle moment for me, was hearing that some of my dad's crazy stories actually happened.
That's right. He was there for that. He let us be us, which was a great gift.
Which was amazing. Oh, sorry. I don't know what's going on over there. Nathan, our engineer, has left me all alone. Okay. So, but I'm sorry, I'm looking at the comments right now, and there are so many questions about the Races on music video, because that was obviously, in my opinion, one of y'all's cooler music videos. When was the last time you guys think you would have seen that?
Oh, whenever it came out, whatever year that would have been, I'm sure I haven't seen it since then.
Well, without further ado,
fun memories of that.
For you guys to relive an older era when maybe the hair was a little bit longer.
Well, and when I had
a little bit tighter.
yeah, they were definitely tighter.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's see it, you guys. The Races on music video.
Oh my gosh.
I am taking you right now on a journey backstage with Sawyer Brown. I don't know. I think Bobby's still doing his makeup in there.
Actually, I'm just here because there's women in here.
Little more ruse right here. Do his temples too. Do his temples. I'd like you guys to meet Greg Hobie Hubbard, better known as Batman. Show him your stuff.
We got this. We got this, which is not to scale. We got this, of course, which is to scale.
Joe Ortman plays the rhythm guitar. Say hello. Hello. Say hello to your wife. Come in here. This is Joe, warming up for the big show. A lot of people don't know this, but Dave and me, we're the same people. Some days he wears the hat, some day I do. Follow me. We have a couple guys roaming around backstage. This is backstage security right here.
We beat on things for a living. That's right. That's incredible.
Sawyer Brown, we take care of them. Anything they need.
Come on, wider. Yeah, there you go.
So, what's this video going to be?
I think it can be summed up as probably massive chaos at high volume.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Capital recording artist Sawyer Brown.
I feel tears welling up, cooling deep inside like my heart sprung a big break. And a stab of loneliness, sharp and painful that I may never shake. You might say that I was taking it hard since you wrote me off with a call. But don't you wager that I'll hide in sorrow when I may lay right down and fall. Now the race is on and here comes pride in the backstretch. Heartaches going to the inside. My tears are holding back there. I'm trying not to fall. My heart's out of the running. True love scratched for another's sake. The race is on and it looks like heartaches, and the winner loses all. Love, never once suspecting what the final result would be. And how I lived in fear, waking up each morning, finding that you're gone from me. There's aching pain in my heart for today was the one I hated to face. Somebody new came up to win her, and I came out in second place. Now the race is on, and here comes pride in the backstretch. Heartaches going to the inside. My tears are holding back there. I'm trying not to fall. My heart's out of the running. True love scratched for another's sake. The race is on and it looks like heartaches, and the winner loses all. Is on and here comes pride in the backstretch. Heartaches are going to the inside. My tears are holding back there. I'm trying not to fall. My heart's out of the running. True love scratched for another's sake. The AC is on and it looks like heartaches, and the winner loses all. The winner loses all.
Wow.
I'm not quite sure where to start.
I have notes. I have questions. My first question is actually for Hobie. Where is that suit you had on with the top hat? Why have you not worn that recently?
I know. I believe that I'm going to need to bring that back for the 4th of July this year.
Yeah, you are.
That was courtesy of our friends there at Dollywood, and I'm afraid I've never looked better. That's my problem.
Wow.
I think I might have peaked.
Wow. Also, Dad, were you doing like the world's weirdest voice at the beginning of that, or did you actually talk like that?
I was hamming it up just a little bit for the camera.
Really? Oh, okay. I remember that from the time, but okay. Let's go with that. Yeah.
Oh my goodness, that
I was
was
trying to talk like your mother from California.
Well, that was neither a California accent nor one that's really been heard since Moira. Came back. Like that was that level of like you're talking like an alien. Okay, but I saw some people were saying that they loved seeing Dave Hill on there. They were
yes.
And we just saw Dave about
2 weeks
ago.
Awesome.
Great. He is just rocking.
He is retired in South Carolina.
Living the good life.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he's near his family there. It was awesome to see him. Yeah.
Oh, what fun. Okay, so where did you guys actually shoot that? Because it looks like the video was shot over the course of a couple days because of the outfit changes, costume changes.
Dollywood. It's called the Celebrity Theater at Dollywood.
Yeah.
Where we
did see a couple shots with the. Did we have the Olivia?
But that was at Dollywood. Yeah,
it was
that stage. You don't see a lot of it, but the staircase that wraps around. That was a stage that was.
Let me say this.
Okay.
Hobie was really good friends with Olivia Newton-John.
Still am.
And
you got that in there quick.
that was her stage, and after she got through with whatever,
if you saw the physical tour,
that
was from that. That was from that.
She gave that to us for our tour.
Yeah.
Hey,
right?
See?
Right.
Wow.
Me and John Travolta, we're the cool kids with Olivia. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Grease is the word, baby.
I'm the chicken fried Danny Zuko. You know, some of you will get that. Some of you kids at home will get that.
You're a chicken fried something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh my word. Okay, so I'm working on a very fun project. This just reminds me of this. And I saw an article where Hobie actually referred to you guys as the cockroaches of country music. Not unlike, I'm just saying, you are a wordsmith between the chicken fried Danny Zuko, the cockroaches of country music. Hobie,
after my folks saw that, they're like, work on your metaphors. Because I know what you're trying to say. And what I was trying to say was when all things have been, there's some things you just cannot kill. You cannot destruct. And we're one of them.
Keith Richards.
And
Sawyer Brown.
Us. We're just,
Well, you are the chicken fried Danny Zuko. So there you go.
I know. I'm kind of proud of that one myself right now. And that was on the fly for those of you keeping score at home. I had not pre-planned that.
My word.
So, yeah, what I really was trying to say was that we're indestructible. We're just going to keep going. You know?
And some of the things that just kept going in that music video seemed to be the energy level and the outfit changes.
Wow. I mean, there's a lot of energy.
So we were at that point, we were doing 2 shows a day at Dollywood. So
wow. How long did you guys
there was probably 6 shows
wow.
and probably 3 sound checks.
Yeah.
Because when we were just in a jeans and t-shirt and
yeah,
you know.
We love that place. Love Dollywood. Love that place.
Who did the music video? Because that one is a little bit different from a lot of your other ones, just in the sense that it's more like fun behind the scenes, you know.
Oh, is it Miller?
Yes. Yeah. John Lloyd Miller.
John Lloyd Miller. I came up with that just now.
pulled
That
out
was
of his,
really,
he
really
pulled that
good.
right out of his, you know what?
Yeah.
Because he doesn't have a clue about anything, but he did just pull that name out.
Yeah.
I got the first name right. The person I was going to suggest. I knew it was John. Yeah, John Lloyd Miller. That's
Well,
it.
that was
John Boy Walton.
John Boy Walton.
John Boy Walton.
Yeah.
He produced that.
that's always been one of my favorite music videos. I thought it was super cool.
It was a lot of fun actually to do that one. That one was because we were just being us.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that's a good thing.
And that video did kind of show the true vibe of the
Yeah.
band.
Yeah.
And maybe
The true vibe of your hair.
was that not incredible?
That was pretty.
That
awesome.
was wow. Like you went for it, man.
Yeah.
You saw the tan. I had my whole Florida thing going.
Man, and the tank top, man, I just woo, a stout.
Those were some tight pants.
Yeah. Yeah.
Gen Z would be
Hey,
making all
listen,
sorts of
you know, you show that off, you know.
Well, you definitely did in 1989. I'm not so sure in 2021 any of us need to have pants quite that tight, but you never know. You never know.
You never know. I'm just saying I'm thoroughly impressed by all of it, to be terribly honest. So what was probably one of your favorite things then about that music video and how, because it seems like that song was really fun. Like you said, it was kind of a comeback song and the music video was really fun. Do you feel like it was just kind of a return to like this energy that you guys had as a band? And because you got, I kind of get the vibe of that.
Well, and the thing is, you know, really early on, and we have talked about this, you know, off, you know, camera, but you know, there was really that thing in traditional country music that they didn't know quite what to make of us.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we might have tried to suppress that at some point.
Mm-hmm.
And then at this point, we just said, you know what, you just got to see who we are. This is who we are. This is what the band is. This is what we do. And this is how we do it. Yeah. And if you like that, that's fine. And if you don't, that's okay too. And fortunate enough for us, the fans decided that they were going to keep us around for a while.
I like it. Oh, this is actually a great question. Sorry, I'm going to pop up this question. Whose idea was it to do a backstage tour in the video? Yeah, because that was really fun.
I think it was impromptu.
I think it literally was. They had the cameras running.
They had the cameras running, and
started with that Batman stuff. Let's
go back to Batman.
The very first Batman movie, the night before we shot this video, and I was obsessed with that movie. Okay. And so I'd been talking about it all day with Blazer, our monitor guy, who's the one who has that incredible laugh, who's sitting next to me in that particular video. And they literally were just shooting all of this stuff. I don't think they even knew quite what to make of what was happening in the beginning. And then it was like, they
just shot a bunch of stuff. They took me around. They said, give us a tour. And so all that was just like, you know, impromptu, spontaneous.
Because clearly that voice had not been given a thought.
Well, you know what? We had I have to tell you where the voice came from.
I'm looking forward to this.
Do you not remember in Muscle Shoals and Terry, who had done the Don't Walk By?
Yeah.
Okay, so he had this voice, this carnival barker. Don't walk by, give it a try. Win.
Every hand's a winner. Yeah.
So I had that voice in my head, and I thought this will be funny.
Yeah. And it was when Terry did it.
It just wasn't funny when I did it.
Okay. Yeah. And on that note, maybe we go into our next segment, which is fan questions, because we had so many good ones that were written in this week. And guys, if you go ahead and type them up too, we are still going to be, I'll pop some up like I did the question about the backstage, as well as some of the ones that came in earlier this week from Facebook. So without further ado, here we go, y'all. So Jenny has a basketball question for Mark. She knows that you played at UCF.
This is Jenny Wilson.
Yes.
Okay.
And they didn't make it into the tournament, and that you're a Kentucky fan, and they didn't make it into the tournament either. So who do you think is going to win, and who are you rooting for?
Well, I have to say this. I'm probably rooting for Gonzaga. And John Stockton is a big fan of Sawyer Brown and a big pal of ours. And we see John a couple times a year when we play up in Spokane. And And I've always been, because of him, I've always been a Gonzaga fan. So
Okay.
I think,
Fair enough.
yeah, I think Gonzaga for sure.
Okay. Logan wants to know what made you decide to form the band.
We needed rent money.
There's that element of it was hunger.
Yeah.
But also when we all got together and first met, I mean, Mark and I know each other a long time, but everybody else, when we all worked for this other singer, we realized there was something that really just clicked when we all got together and played music. And I couldn't describe it then. I couldn't probably just define it now, but something just worked. And we thought, well, let's give this a shot.
I like it. Okay, this is a good one. Whitney wants to know, what is your favorite state to visit and or play?
Those are two different answers, I think.
Okay, favorite state to play. We'll do that one because I think we talked about visit a couple episodes ago.
Man, that's a tough one because we've been really lucky. We just get great audiences, and that's you guys. That's just, we show up and act like knuckleheads, but we've been really blessed to find good folks everywhere. A place like Utah stands out because it's the first place we ever headlined.
Special place.
We sold out the Tacoma Dome one night, 23,000 people in Tacoma, Washington.
I do remember that.
Yeah, you were there. Yeah,
I was there.
I would say, and not being corny or anything, but we really have enjoyed every place that every state. The culture's different everywhere you go. The people are different, and they're all incredible. All of it. The food.
Yeah.
You know this with your TV show. Part of that was based on traveling around to the people we met and the food and everything. And you're chasing down Madison Brown is a perfect example of what we got to do when you were just a little girl and experiencing all that.
Yeah, the greatest thing about this job is there's places I know with just a regular, if I hadn't had this job, I wouldn't have gotten to see all these places. And it's all incredible. Now, there are places you have to educate them that macaroni and cheese is a vegetable, because some say, sadly, God love y'all, but macaroni and cheese is a vegetable. Look it up. It's in the Bible.
Deuteronomy.
It's in Deuteronomy. Yeah. I'm sure it's in there. But it's just a blast. It's all good.
Okay, and this is a great question too. Pamela wants to know, what is the craziest thing that has ever disrupted a show?
Oh, the bat.
I don't even have to think about that.
Yeah, we both said it this way, the bat.
Yeah. What, like Batman? No,
like a bat.
A real bat flew on stage, and Sam, our monitor guy, and I hope the animal rights people aren't listening, but he had to come out and kill the bat
with a towel.
This is like in a theater
during the show. The thing is was
this an indoor show? Let me ask that. Was this an indoor show?
Yeah. And David and Goliath slingshotted with that towel and popped that bat.
Killed it.
Yeah.
Oh my word.
Got a big cheer.
Yeah.
Got a big cheer. We couldn't follow that. I'm here to tell you.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You got by a
bat. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Kelby wants to know, what's a Sawyer Brown deep track that you've enjoyed playing live?
Oh, I can think of one for sure. We used to do a song that Duncan wrote called I Will Leave the Light On, which is as beautiful about it as
I remember you guys playing that. I love that song.
And we haven't done that in a long time, but man, that's just a beautiful song to get to play.
Well, the other deep track, and we play it anytime we're in or around Nebraska, is
Nebraska song.
The Nebraska song.
Yeah.
So that's a special song, and we'll get requests, when we're in, Wisconsin or Minnesota to play the Nebraska song. So that's probably the most popular, I'd say, your requested deep cut. Yeah.
Yeah, and chances are, if you've ever heard us play that song and we're not in the state of Nebraska, it's because one of Brooke's relatives are there.
Yeah.
Normally we won't do it if we're not in Nebraska, but we've played it with.
But if we're in Nebraska, it's we're going to be playing it.
Oh yeah. That's a given.
Yeah.
Okay, well, this is a follow-up to that, to Leave the Light On being one that Duncan wrote. Chris wants to know, what is Duncan up to these days?
Duncan is flying for Southwest Airlines. I actually talked to Duncan just a couple of weeks ago, and he's doing great. Yeah, so he's up in there in the friendly skies, and yeah, doing great.
If you're ever on a Southwest flight and they say the pilot says, "Hi, I'm Captain
Cameron." Yeah,
Captain Cameron. That's Duncan.
And we have flown a lot with Duncan over the years. And
he flew our jet.
Yeah.
When we had our jet, Duncan was our pilot as well.
He's an incredible pilot, incredible guitar player, incredible pilot. Yeah.
Okay, well, this is another great one. Linda wants to know, what is the funniest practical joke that's been pulled on you on the road, or at least one that you can tell us about? So not one that y'all did, but one that was pulled on you. Because I know that you probably don't want to fess up to the really good stuff that y'all did. Because I know it's not.
I don't know if it's really a practical joke, but one of the coolest things ever done for us / to us is when Chris Ledoux killed a varmint of some sort and skinned it and cooked it in the parking lot and presented it. Yes.
And then stretched the skin out.
The skin out around like sticks that he had bent. Yeah. It was commit to the bit. Brother committed to the bit. Yeah. It was awesome.
Wow.
It was true roadkill. He hit something with the bus.
Wow.
And he says, and we were touring with Chris at the time.
Yeah.
And he says, I'm going to make this for the boys.
Yeah.
No, my word. Now, I wish I could find it. Someone actually had a question about you guys touring with Chris Ledoux earlier in the comments. Yeah. And
Chris
you guys like touring with Chris or
Well, and the thing about Chris Ledoux, it was like, Chris was like this icon rock and roll cowboy.
Yeah.
And his fans and our fans had this incredible chemistry. So when we toured together, it was huge. And Chris, we just can't say enough about Chris Ledoux, about a performer, the guy he was. He was the
larger than life. He killed roadkill and skinned it and was stretching out the skin.
I mean,
and he shot me with a confetti cannon point blank. So on stage.
Yeah.
So he about blew me completely off stage. And he brought out this confetti cannon that he had during his show. And we had pranked him. I forget what we had done to him, but he comes out and he just blasts me with this confetti. It hit me like a freight train.
Oh my gosh. Okay, this isn't a question, but look who's joining in. It's Jaquan.
Oh my gosh.
I know. Hi, Jaquan.
Oh my gosh.
I know. So Jaquan is our favorite overseas basketball player. Yep. Jaquan is like my little brother, and he is in Israel right now. Is that right? Yeah. Still?
He's in Tel Aviv.
Tel Aviv, playing basketball.
Yeah.
All the stuff I've worked years with Jaquan have paid off. He's got a wonderful career. We went to all my basketball camps. He's my favorite basketball player. He just is.
Well, he's all of our favorite basketball players.
Man.
Easily. Ooh, okay, wait. Sorry. The questions are coming in so quickly. I'm like trying to read through them and they're like popping up.
It's hard to catch them.
Goodness. Okay. Oh gosh, where was it? Here was one. I got to see Sawyer Brown and Chris Ledoux at the St. Joseph Civic Arena.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
St. Joe, another great spot.
This is a great one. Colleen wants to know, what are your thoughts about today's music competition show compared to Star Search? Because Star Search is pretty different than kind of what you see on TV today.
Well,
it was kind of the original of all those talent shows.
And the pressure would have to be different. I mean, Star Search, there's a whole thing that surrounds The Voice and a thing that surrounds American Idol in a way that with Star Search, there wasn't all that kind of attention. I mean, it was plenty, believe me, but it wasn't, you didn't feel that external pressure that I have a feeling those people feel.
Gotcha.
Well, but I will say this, the competition is competition.
Yeah.
And it was, there was no template, there was no roadmap. So when we got out there, we really didn't know to the full extent of what the show was about, even about the grand prize or anything like that. We just knew that, you know, we had been selected to do the show, and we're out there, and we found out more about it as the show went on.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
We certainly had no idea of what the power of television
There was no planning,
right,
for any of it. We just had to step up and go.
Yeah.
You can kind of say that about our career period.
No planning.
There was no planning.
Yeah.
Okay, wait, this is a super great one. Keith and Alice Peters want to know, what is your best memory traveling with Kenny Rogers? Yeah.
He was the best. I think it's the nights that we would have family come to the shows. If like my mom and dad came to the show, Mark would have family, any of the guys had family. Kenny made time like you were the only thing he had to do that night was meet your family. There was no rush. There was no, you get a quick handshake and then that's it. And he would sell you, man. He would make your parents think you were the reason. If there are 15,000 people out there, it's because of your boy. And he was the best. A true gentleman, true, and a legend and an incredible entertainer.
So this is my favorite. So Kenny had a DC-9. So if he was on,
for those of us that don't know what that is,
that's a big airplane.
Yeah.
Okay.
Huge.
Commercial size.
Yeah. Yeah. Like the size of,
Oh, wow.
you know, like Southwest Airlines.
Oh, wow.
So every night, if he was on the East Coast, he flew home to Athens, Georgia.
Okay.
And if he was on the West Coast, he flew home to Bel Air in Los Angeles.
Mm-hmm.
And we were allowed to go with him. And we would go and hang at his, we call his place in Athens, Six Flags Over Athens. Because there was horseback riding, fishing. You know, he had these Honda Odysseys with a dirt track. And we would go and hang out all day. And then we would all go load up and get in the jet.
Yeah.
And we would fly to whatever city. We would get out, go to the show and do the show, and then go back and get in the plane and fly back to Six Flags.
And
So was this a tour in work or was this summer camp?
This should not be happening. How are we here? You know. So he was
gracious. Everything that he had, he wanted to share.
Yeah, it's
and that was really cool.
Incredible.
That's awesome. Oh, this is a great one. Amy Beth wants to know, who are your favorite Christian artists? Can I do a shameless plug? A shameless plug for Hannah Kerr's new song.
Yeah.
Hannah Kerr.
Oh,
Hannah Kerr is a house favorite, and she has an amazing new song out called Same God that Mark produced.
Yeah. Well, her brother Josh produced it.
I'm sorry, Josh produced it.
But I have to say, Hannah Kerr is incredible. Just what Madison said, Same God. And also, I am producing a brand new record. I don't know if many of you know this, but Casting Crowns is the band that I have produced since the beginning. And they're on my record label, and we have a new album coming out and a new single coming out that's going to be incredible. So I'm working on that right now.
Awesome. I can't wait to hear that.
Casting Crowns, Hannah Kerr.
Oh, this is a great one. Does Mark do the California Super Surfer Dude imitation before he sings All These Years when he's in California?
I've seen that happen, actually. Yeah, I've seen that happen. Yeah.
Yeah.
I get offended.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they wore it well if they were offended, so they hung in there with it.
They didn't know.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Well, y'all, I feel like we are getting so many questions too about touring. So should we go ahead and tell them, like, you know, tour schedule is just, I know we're coming out of COVID. We see the light at the end of the tunnel, May 1st, with everyone getting vaccinated. So it's being allowed to get vaccinated. So it's looking like a lot of stuff is still holding for this summer, but in this fall. So are you guys expecting a full concert calendar this summer?
I think once we hit the summer, the world's going to begin to open back up. That's certainly my hope, because I've said this probably every time we've done something like this. There's no way to tell you all how much we miss doing what we do. I mean, there's no
You guys have literally since 1980, you've never been home this much.
Yeah, I mean, so like last year was really an exercise in God teaching me how to be still, because I'm not used to not being out there working, and I love what I do. So, as we all do here. So we can't wait to get back out there.
I know. So everyone keep checking your concert calendar because I'm seeing so many of you saying, when are you coming to New York? When are you coming to South Dakota? And the answer is as soon as they can possibly get there.
True answer.
Yeah, and if they look on the schedule, some of May got moved to the
fall.
Yeah. So
because I think everyone is just really hoping that that's where we are.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. Well, I feel like so here's also what happened with the vault. Because typically right now I pull out something very fun that I have found working on my top secret super special project. And I had something great to share with you guys today. And I left it.
Oh?
I left it. So everyone tuning in, you're going to have to go to the Facebook page early tomorrow morning because I will post a video of what was supposed to be in the vault today. I'll post that to Facebook tomorrow morning. So I'm so sorry. You're going to have to wait for that just a little bit longer. Promise it'll be worth the while, though.
Will it be a picture of your dad's yellow hoodie? That's something.
I think I'm glad that I don't have to face whatever it is in the vault.
Yeah.
I think this is going to work out really good for me.
Okay. Well, I'll just make sure that the next episodes is extra embarrassing and extra fun for you to react to.
We're giving you enough ammo, so there should be something there.
Guys, I'm telling you, the mom brain is alive and well. Like, I am realizing that I don't know why I walked into the kitchen or what I did with the thing for the vault, because in my head are just pointless lyrics to every single country's 90s song. So there's no more room up there.
I hear you.
As always, everyone, thank you so much for joining us. We are so happy that we can be able to at least see you guys and have fun with the fans until the guys can get back out on the road. Please, please, please keep up with us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. If you go ahead and give us a like in the upper, or I guess wherever the corner is, you guys will get alerted to when we're going live, when all the fun things are happening, when shows are scheduled, when shows are rescheduled, when new merch is coming out, all of the good stuff. So make sure that you're liking Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, all of those good things. Make sure that you're sharing these videos with the rest of the Sawyer Brown Nation so that they don't miss out on all of the fun, because we're having a lot of fun. Are you guys having fun? I hope you're having fun.
Subscribe to that YouTube channel. Click that button.
Boop. Absolutely. And as always, we have some new live music for you guys.
Yeah.
It's going to be an awesome acoustic version of The Race Is On. And I had to talk.
I feel tears welling up, going deep inside like my heart sprung a big break. In a stab of loneliness, sharp and painful, then I may never shake. You might say that I was taking it hard since you wrote me off with a call. But don't you wager that I'll hide in sorrow when I may lay right down and fall. Now the race is on and here comes pride in the backstretch. Heartaches going to the inside. My tears are holding back there, trying not to fall. My heart's out of the running, true love scratch for another sake. The race is on and it look like heartache, and a winner loses all. One day I ventured in love, never once suspecting what the final result would be. And how I lived in fear of waking up each morning, finding that you're gone from me. There's aching pain in my heart for today was the one I hated to face. Somebody new came up to win her, and I came out in second place. Now the race is on and here comes pride in the backstretch. Heartaches going to the inside. My tears are holding back there, I try not to fall. My heart's out of the running, true love scratch for another sake. The race is on and it look like heartache, and a winner loses all.
the race is on and here comes pride in the backstretch. Heartaches going to the inside. My tears are holding back there. I try not to fall. My heart's out of the running. True love scratched for another sake. The race is on and it looks like heartache. And the winner loses all. And the winner loses all. Maybe.